think so. I still have the banner on. Good morning. Welcome to the Salty Stock Skipper Show, where we are looking at what's trading in the morning, what's setting up in the pre-market, and what might be leading into the intraday. Give you kind of a recap from yesterday. I ended up closing out a little over $200 on my day trade and capped out about 300 and something overall on the account. Close of all 5 of my accounts, a little over $600. Not a huge gain in one day, but you know what? It's still a gain. It's green, and we're happy about it. So, got my coffee here in the morning. So let's get started. So what's moving this morning? Let's see. Let's go to our low floats first. Or actually, let's go to our gappers. DJT is gapping. Whether it gapped up or down, let's take a look. Looks like it gapped up. If you can call that a gap up, it really didn't really gap up. It just kind of continued to accelerate into the post-market. But it's already kind of retracing down a little bit. We'll see if maybe it continues, but it's had a good run for the past couple of days. We've been looking at coming down from $18 a share all the way up to $33 a share. Not too bad. A few dips down here and there. They're retracing during the intraday. This one jumped up here, but that might be on watch today as well to see what happens. Maybe this might be a day that it decides to go the other way. We got Wolf. Wolf is back on the list again, which is great because that's actually one of my swings. That's awesome. Right now I have only a couple shares. I think only 5 shares in the Wolf. It was just a small swing trade. But at least it gives me position where I can do continuation and add in some shares, especially if the market continue or the stock continues to rise. So yeah, 5 shares. Right now we're up $13.70 just on that 5 shares of an open total of $18.37. We got in yesterday. Well, no, we got in a couple days ago now. It was at $10.44. As you can see, the low here is $10.99 from yesterday. So we are even in below 50 cents below the low of yesterday. So that's a good deal. Got in a couple days ago, so I'm happy about that. Let's see, are we below this low? No, we're not below the 3-day low of 9.21. But as long as it keeps rising, hey, good to go. I might end up right at the open, look at buying some more shares. Just depends on which direction the stock is really kind of showing it's going to go. So let's see, what else we got? We got Eric. It looks like me, Salty Stock Skipper. Yeah. So Eric is up, ERIC. So Ericsson is rising again. Ericsson phone systems and so forth. They jumped up from 753. Actually, they had a low 2 days ago, 735, and now they're up to $8.26. Better make sure that's working again. Yeah, that's working again. All right, so nice gap up a couple days ago, been kind of flat. Let's look how Ericsson phone or Erics has been doing for the past year. Slow rises, slow dips. Let's see, past 3 years. Let's see, or 2 years. There we go. Came on down and popped back up. They're actually higher than they were 2 years ago. So whoever's long on Ericsson, congratulations. You're higher than you were 2 years ago. Not by much. But let's look at 3 years ago. Still got a ways to go if you were holding 3 years ago. Sorry to see that. But, hey, that's the name of the game of stocks sometimes. That's why I'm not a big fan of holding long on just individual companies, because not always do they work out in the long run, as you can see here on Ericsson. So it might take another whole year for you to get back up to 1278. At the same time, it might dip back down again. So All right, what else is on the list? ASX. ASX also was a gapper. Ace, I guess Ace or ASE Technology, ASA or ASE, and they are gapping with a low of $9.94 yesterday, or after the post market. 5 days ago, looking at it, kind of had a little bit dipped down here, but they still above this low of 955 up to 1075. So not a huge jump in the 5 days, but it's an upward movement. So keep an eye on it for today. So let's jump over to low floats. Low floats for today. We got 4 as well. We got Drug, DRUG, which is Bright Minds Bioscience. Don't know what that is or what company it is, but they're jumping up. They're low float today. They had a nice rise yesterday throughout the entire day. Came down from $1.24. They were not on my scanner probably because they were underneath my $2 requirement on my scanner. So sometimes it's good to have a lower scanner if you want to play that lower stock, but I kind of limit myself at $2 and $5. $5 being for shorts, just because you can't short anything practically under $5. So that's what we're looking at right now is Drug. Now the next one on the list is BNZI. BNZI. It's been on the list a couple times past couple of weeks. Let's see. We jumped up here to $6.89, new high there, but the low within the less than 24-hour period was $2.67. We've been retracing ever since then, but we finally jumped back up here. If patterns repeat themselves, more than likely this will be a retrace and continue on down throughout the entire day. But we'll have to keep an eye on it as well. Next one, Pixie, PIXY. Got a nice little small little buy candle here, or upward trend candle. So don't see their low. Oh, there it is. 803 was their low, also within less than a 24-hour period during intraday and then post market. So it'd be really hard for anyone to want to continue to hold on to this as it's creaming down past all your supports from previous days. And down to $8.03. If you bought down here and you're up here now, great, congratulations. But very low volume purchases down here. Nobody really paying attention to it until right about here, where it kind of broke this support range or this resist range again. So we'll see what happens on it today. Next one on the list is ALCE. ALCE, which is Alternus Clean Energy. Alternus Clean Energy is jumped up, came back down, kind of trading now within its range before it had the jump up. So we'll have to see what's going on with them. Keep an eye on them. 5 days ago, oh wow, we're a lot higher 5 days ago. We've dropped back down. Had a low of $2 and slowly kind of been creeping back up. Be interesting if we can come back up to this, these higher ranges, but I wouldn't count on it quite as quickly. But if you look back even further, I mean, we were up in the 60s at the beginning of the year, and we're down to $2 a share. So not something I'd be holding on to long term. So last one, let's look at my Salty's Best pre-market. DJT, we got Wolf, we got Drug, we got BNZI is on there, and then Ronnie. Ronnie is back on the list here. Ronnie jumped up, and looks like it's just kind of been slowly rising. Not really jumped, not like a gapper, but been rising ever since yesterday. And so we'll have to kind of see what happens today. 5 days ago, let's look at it. 5 days ago, we had a low of $2.02. Today, we're at $3.91. Let's look back even further. 20 days, 4 hours. We're down here to the $2 low, right at $2, and then jump back up. Big candles yesterday for green, all rising. Possible chance of retracing today. I can't imagine this jumping up too much longer or too much higher. There's not even any real news of today for it. You see some stuff there, honorable mentions off of Ericsson. So we'll have to see what happens on this one. Keep an eye on it, but this is going to be probably one that I'm going to be watching very strong until something more happens. Has to have some type of indication that there's actually a reason to play on it. All right, so that's it. So let's run through really quick, looking at the news. So DJT stocks booms as election nears. What's driving Trump media higher? Moving higher mostly today. Nvidia. Some honorable mentions also underneath Barron's, which was Nvidia, United Health, Ericsson, Goldman Sachs, Trump Media, and a few more, it says. So other than that, there's no real, let's see, 10% pre-market after Monday's 18% gain following Truth Plus TV's launch. Oh, so Truth Social launched their TV media source yesterday. Interesting. So they now have a TV channel or a TV Plus app. I guess they're like Disney Plus, Truth Plus. No plagiarism there. All right, let's see. Ronnie. Honorable mention off of Ericsson. Wolf. Ooh, Wolf Speed shares rise 23% after new financing. Proposed chips funding news. Honorable mention off of the Ericsson again. The chip maker jumps over 18% after Nvidia rival signs $750 million deal under Biden's Chips and Science Act. Who signed the deal? Let's see, including the NSTC. Actually, interesting. I can't seem to find who signed it. Instead, I mean, the only other rivals are out there is AMD or Interesting. We'll have to figure that one out. See what's going on there. Maybe it was AMD, so let's check AMD. Not seeing anything so far. Now, it does mention Taiwan Semiconductors eyeing $23 billion in quarter three. So maybe it has something to do with that. Smart money is betting big in AMD options. Interesting. And AMD is my killer again. Dropped me down overnight, $22. Total down right now is $39.40. I'm going to have to keep an eye on AMD. It keeps dropping. If we go back the past 5 days, you know, it's had this nice kick up, but then we've already retraced back and below that kick up. So I might have to look at getting out here at 7 o'clock when the market opens, just to, once again, you know, save losing more just to be able to buy in again. So I did rebuy, but I rebought later on around towards the end of the close of the market. So I did get this drop. Maybe it'll retrace back up a little bit, but I saved myself quite a bit yesterday by getting out early. I think I got out up here and it just continued to run. So we lost a total of like $3 a share. That would have been pretty significant overall compared to like a $7 loss is what I had. I would have had like $30 plus now $37. So we'll have to see what happens with AMD. Keep an eye on it today. Back to the news. So I'm going to keep an eye on Wolfspeed. Wolfspeed looks like it was popping up. So, Drug. Any news on Drug? No. Honorable mentions off of Ericsson. BNZI, also the same. So, let me go back to make sure that's the last of it. Is there any others? There's the Gappers. Gappers are already gone, actually. All the Gappers. There's nothing on my Gapper list anymore. All the Gappers, or all the stocks that were on my Gapper list are no longer there, so they must have retraced. But we have, and Pixie, Shift Pixie Incorporated is on the list here. What do they have? Any news? Halting trading. So they had some halts early on, but I'm not really seeing any news here. Yeah, I'm not seeing any news, so I don't know why they're jumping up. So, let's see here. Where's that at? And then last one is ALCE. ALCE, any news here? No news. So really, Wolfspeed is going to be the one that's kind of looking like it's going to be in play for me. Let me check a few other stock scanners here. So Wolf, Ronnie. Ronnie is, honorable mention. I think Wolfspeed's going to be it. It's jumping up. I'm already in it. That'd be great. So I can just have some continuation play. So I'll try to make some funds there. So it is good to sometimes take a swing position depending on what you see. Wolfspeed I saw popping up. If you go on to... let's see, this is the 20-day 4-hour. All you see is, upward movement candle, upward movement candle, upward movement candle, upward movement candle, upward movement candle. So that's why I bought into this, because instead of seeing all these downward movement candles, I just saw the upward movement candles stacking up. So even here, you didn't really get past this upward movement. You didn't get past the lower line, and so it's just continuing to rise. So if we looked at the other ones, DJT, upward movement, upward movement, upward movement. And that's why it's good to kind of look back or look across a bigger time frame, just because you can see some of these things. So like here on Ronnie, it would be really hard to tell what this is going to do, until you were really into the day yesterday. Because, you even had this downward movement candle and then two upward movement candles, one being pre-market and then the other one at intraday, and then that's all you had is just those two indications to try to get in to get something. Now let's see, Drug, downward, 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 upward. You had one candle to really get to tell you to get in. That was it, or one arrow. Downward, downward, up. So sometimes it's better to go off of the pattern, such as Wolf, where you see, okay, there's up, didn't come down, touch this, came back up, came back up, came back up, came back up, and run. So here's another one. You had this come up, you had this here, you had this come up. There's some chance for some return to higher highs. It's just a matter of what's going to actually happen with the stock, though. This was a long drop, very long drop. You're coming from $11.20 all the way down to $2.43 before it finally pops back up, and then you still don't even have a higher high here. So chances are this might come back up and then just continue to flush back down. So like I said, Wolf is going to be my watching play this morning. And we'll see what happens right at the open at 7 o'clock here in 25 minutes. So checking a few more of my scanners really quick. We're going to look at my impulse scanner. Is there anything there? Nothing is on the impulse scanner. We're going to do crossover on the 1 minute. So I have a 200 EMA crossover on the 1 minute, the 3 minute, and the 5 minute. Seeing on the 3 minute now, nothing. And then this includes pre-market stuff as well. So 5 minute, nothing. Let's see. Salty runners. Anything from runners? Nothing from... Oh, we do have a couple runners. DJT, Wolf. Looks like Monster. Or no, MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy's been running the past couple of days, so that might be something to look at. You had this, upper buy candle. Looking back a little further. Let's see. Let's do 30 days. Still micro down here. Jumped up to 227.15, which was a new high. Then maybe starting to look at some retracing here, and then taking off to get above 230 maybe. We'll have to keep an eye on that one. So that one's in play a little bit for more of a longer play. Funware. Whenever DJT stock does well, so does Funware for some reason. I forgot how they're connected, but I know there's a connection. So keep an eye on Funware. That one's running still, and it looks like it only recently started. Maybe let's look back 20 days. That's about 18 days back, 17 days back. So, but then again, look, you got your indication of your trend, indication of trend, indication of trend. No lower trends. So. It's one other thing, if I would have seen this, I probably would have been looking at getting in maybe at this dip and then letting it ride, or even maybe at this second candle or this second arrow. See what else we got. IONQ is up again. I don't like this though. See, that's nasty. But you hit this this support and it bounced back and you're back up high. TWG could be a play, quite possibly a play. They closed 10.8 million share offering on the 14th, but until you start seeing some confirmation of a new direction, I wouldn't be playing it. This one, same. You had a down arrow here, but you had up arrow, and then just continue to run up to 56. That's pretty good. Upstart. I was in Upstart a while ago, but they kept on dropping, so I had to get out. Apps is another one that looks like this is going to be kind of you had all these downward trend arrows, and then one trend arrow to really get in and make a decision on. So it's not as easy. AEHR is another one I'm playing long right now. I'm up $34 on it. Got in somewhere like shortly after this arrow, I think. And then, so my entry price was $14.30. So actually I got in at this guy. So during this run up is when I got in, $14.30. Continuation play, and I'm up $34 on it right now. So SYM is another one. Looks like it had a good run up the past 2 days. It's retracing a little bit, but you could see some continuation. Let's look at a little bit further out. Let's look at the year. You got some ranges here that you could potentially be working its way back up to. Yeah, so keep an eye on that one. Quite a few players here. CrowdStrike, of course, is there. I just saw that. Where'd it go? I just saw it on my list. Well, it flashed on me. There it is. Is that CrowdStrike? No, that's not CrowdStrike. That's Cormendix, or whatever, something like. Let's see. This one looks pretty bad on the 1 minute, I think. So, yeah, we careened down. Huge buy volume here, though. Potential retracing to the high. I mean, but you could also continue to drop all the way down to $9.91. So, but a lot of buy volume here just for somebody to sell out and drop you all the way down to $9.95. So a lot of people probably bought it at volume weighted price average view up and then got flushed out. So Let's see. Almost done today. All right. All right, so that was the last of it. Come back over here to Salty's Best. Still looking at Wolf as my primary. You got a lot of upward movement arrows. Let's come out here on the 5 minute. Good rise on the 5 minute. Maybe some retracing room. I'll look at maybe adding that to my position as it retraces down. But if it doesn't retrace down, might be just looking to continue to accept the rise and add in to my position slowly. So I don't want to outpace the retracing. So if it comes down, I don't want to break even just by buying in more shares and increasing my average price. So this is the play right now, I think. We'll have to keep an eye on it once 7 o'clock runs around. So that's it. All right, we're going to shut her down and have a good day, everyone. Best of luck on your trading. Follow your strategies if you have a strategy. If you don't have a strategy, please develop one. Please develop one. We do not need people trading any of their money without some type of trading strategy. And if you're just playing around, use a simulator or use some paper trading, paper money, where it's not real. It's all simulated, and you're not risking anything other than your time of learning. So, all right. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow.